Okay, awesome. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us today. We're super excited to be launching this program. I think that during, COVID and everything that's been happening, a lot of us have been learning new things and pivoting and, just finding other ways to make some income as well for, emergencies like this to sustain ourselves. So, we thought what a great way to help everyone and to provide, our services by putting this program together where everyone can learn each facet of owning a business. I think that now more than ever, we're just not relying on our 9 to 5 anymore. So this is why we're here today. And I'm super excited to be launching week 1 with Rosalind Ortega because she definitely is someone who I admire, someone who I follow on social media, who's doing a lot of great things. She has a great story. She went from corporate in the hospitality industry to just one day deciding, look, this is not for me. I want to have freedom. I want to be financially free as well. So she got into the investment business and she'll share a little bit more about that. So, we have a super, super excellent team of coaches that are going to be teaching us all the tools and the tricks of the trade and helping us become successful entrepreneurs. And also I want to mention that this program is as well for those who are still in their corporate careers and who are still, working on being successful and climbing the ladder and things like that. I think that you can also take a lot of great, tips from what all the coaches are going to share. So yeah, so without further ado, thank you everyone for being here. I'm gonna pass it on to Rosalind and she'll let you know a little bit more about her background and we can get started.
Thank you, Sue. Yes, hi everyone. Hi ladies. I see Ramona, Alexandria, and Jessica. So hello. Yes, so as Sue was saying, so yeah, my background was I worked about 20 years in hospitality in different fields, starting from very lower level kind of line employee up until the corporate arena. And yeah, just kind of got tired of, that lifestyle, just working long hours, being away from my family and doing the whole politic game playing, all of that stuff that we know that happens in corporate America, right? And I always had a passion for just starting my own business so that I could, educate other adults that, you needed to learn specific things like investing in real estate or starting a business. And I just kind of took that avenue of, starting a business in the educational field. I'm not a teacher by trade, but I am an educator now. So, it's taken a lot of years of training and development, just kind of putting all of those things together to be able to bring that to working adults. So a little bit about me. I am from the Bronx. Woohoo. I live in Jersey now, but I was born and raised in the Bronx in the Fordham area. I am not a college graduate. I actually went straight from high school to a trade program, a business trade program for hotel management. I did 10 months there, and then I went straight into the hospitality field. But along the years, I was able to meet a lot of people that were investors in real estate and the stock market. And that kind of really, grabbed my attention because I figured, what, with my downtime, let me learn something else, right? So I was always a serial learner. I always wanted to learn other things outside of my job. And I think that's kind of what helped me, build this business. I've owned rental property since 2012 here in Jersey. So my specialty with Urban Teach is to teach about real estate and online businesses, which is what I'm into now with the company. I have 2 kids, 2 girls, and again, live in Jersey. So I'm very happy to be here. Sue is doing a wonderful thing putting these programs together. I hope to someday come to the BX and do something in person. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so today we're going to talk about creating a company description. I like to keep classes very fundamental, right? Like very fundamental, very 101. I like to speak in clear terms so that everyone can get kind of the big picture of what it is we're trying to do, right? The focus with Urban Teach, again, is to do just that so that people get all of the information they need right away in simple terms. They can walk away and understand the whole process without having to read, a big book or, take a 6-hour online class kind of thing. So we're going to talk about creating your company description, knowing your competition, which services and products to offer, right, within your business. Marketing and sales strategy, which is super important. You have to have a marketing strategy before you jump into starting your own thing. Funding need, in the short term or in the long term, just kind of some of the things you might want to consider when you're trying to put your budget together for your business. And I'm also going to share how to do your own LLC filing in your state. So whether you're in New York or New Jersey or any other state, you can actually cut some costs and file your LLC paperwork on your own without having to hire a lawyer or having to hire a service like LegalZoom. And then setting up your EIN, which is pretty simple. So we'll get to all of those points. And then at the end, I'll let you ladies, kind of throw the questions at me. The best way, since it's a small group, we can actually just unmute ourselves or type it into the chat, and then we can kind of elaborate from there, okay? Cool. All right, so quick disclosure. So the information shared is for educational purposes only. So we are not liable for any, or my affiliates, for any of your investment choices. And signing up to this webinar means you accept that condition. So that's just a disclosure that I give with all my classes, and just wanted to throw it in there. Very important for online education. If any of you ladies are teaching classes online, please make sure you always have a disclosure to clear you from anyone coming back to say, hey, I did this, you told me to do that, and now I'm screwed, and potentially hold you liable. So make sure that you protect yourselves always with your business, whether that's disclosures for every class, disclosures on your website. Protect yourself, okay? Because there's people out there that will try and find the loophole to, mess things up. So yes, that's kind of my one tip there. So yeah, I want to get to know you ladies first, since it's a small group. If you can just share with me the type of business you're looking to open or that you own right now. You can, again, unmute or just type it into the chat. So I'll start with you, Ramona.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ramona. For those who don't know me, I currently reside in North Carolina. I moved here, it's going to be 2 years now.
Okay.
Actually, it's a little bit over 2 years. So I've been here now, and I moved from New York, from Queens, New York. I've worked with Sue, so Sue knows me very, very well. Sue was like my sister. And I've always admired Sue and her desire to own her own, business and run her own thing. And she's actually the one who got me very curious about starting a business and, just pursuing my dreams. Right now, currently, I work for Bank of America. I'm an executive assistant. I work in the analytics and information department. It's a good job, but at the end of the day, you want to own something. And I never really knew what that something was until I met my husband. My husband has a passion for hats. He loves baseball hats.
Okay.
And and he is more on the creative side. And I'm more of the brains behind things. I'm not that creative. However, I can steer him in the direction more managerial, or, how to get something off the ground with the knowledge I have. But I always want to know what I'm getting into and what business looks like, because I've never really taken business courses. I went to school for psychology. So I think I took 1 or 2 classes in business, but nothing really to, retain and say, hey, you know what, I have the knowledge to start my own business. So when you all offer courses like this, I think it's really helpful, so you can at least know where to start, or speak to experts who, have been through the ropes, or can give you a starting point. So that's why I'm here today. Any information that I'm able to gain, it's always helpful. So that's my little short story.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Rosa.
Okay. So Alexandra, tell us a little bit about your plans, or you can type it into the chat. I know sometimes you might be listening.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
hi.
here. Hi,
Okay.
how are you? Hi, ladies. I have my camera covered because I've been working in the house all day and I look like a hot mess. But I'm really super excited about this program. I was in the corporate fields for most of my life. Discovered my passion for makeup and aesthetics in my early 40s, and so I've been doing freelance makeup and aesthetics for the past 7 years. I am now venturing out and doing my own thing. I decided to leave the corporate office environment about 4 years ago, and been doing kind of not jumping from job to job, because I've been lucky enough to have been offered really, really good positions in the beauty industry. However, I just didn't think that I was getting paid for my background and my knowledge and everything that I did. So I am pretty much on my own right now. I was just about to accept the most amazing job position right before the pandemic, working with an amazing cosmetic company from the UK, and then this happened. So now I am actually just really, really focusing. I'm so sorry. Mom, I'm here. I'll call you back. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So now I am focusing on just pushing with my freelance makeup company. I go by the name of Make Me Over NYC. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I've been doing really, really well with that. And I just opened up my treatment room. I live in Great Neck, Long Island. So I just opened up my own treatment room, offering the aesthetic services. And it's been doing really, really well under the circumstances. However, I am looking to do my LLC, and I was so excited that that was one of the first things that the young lady mentioned, because I called my accountant about 3 weeks ago, and he wanted to charge me $1,700 to do all the paperwork for me. And I can't afford that right now. Obviously, I'm a single mom. And so, but I really feel like things are really happening very quickly for me. And I'm very, very thankful. But I really, I feel what she was just saying about, you know, making sure that we cover ourselves and just, that's super, super important, so we don't get sued or anything like that. So while I do have liability insurance and all that good stuff, there's still so much more that I need to do just to make sure that I cover myself. And I'm really, really excited about listening and how to get and file for my own LLC, because I can't afford the $1,700. So that's just a little I guess recap of who I am and what I'm looking to do. But I'm really thankful for everything that's happening in my life. And the work is coming. The work is coming. So I'm super, super excited.
Awesome to hear. Thanks, Alexandra.
Yes, thank you.
And Jessica.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Jessica.
I'm here. I'm doing the most. I'm a member of the Fearless Women Board, so thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much for being a part of this movement. We've been very strategic with this development, and Sue is very type A, so I'm glad that it has taken off. We had multiple meetings, so I'm here as a student as well. So yes, I have a few things under my umbrella. I am the Lit MC, that's Sinclair Masters Ceremonies, and I rebranded as well as It's Jessica Sinclair, where I educate and uplift through my workshop called Network Like You Mean It. So keep it locked for my workshop. And yeah, I'm here for support and I'm here to learn. I'm also on Long Island, so kudos to my Long Island sister. I think your name had definitely been in circles. I am definitely the networking queen, so I would love to hear or connect with you on some photo shoots. And definitely you got to get your stuff, business LLC, if you will. You definitely need that, girlfriend, because I've heard your name already out here on the island, so you're in a good place. So thank you, girls.
Thanks, Jessica. That's awesome. Cool.
Yes,
Right.
Alexandria, that's your name. Sorry, I'm like, girl, Long Island girl. Yes, Alexandria. Sorry about that. I didn't know your name. And oh my God, Ramona.
Hi,
Ramona. Sorry.
how are you? You can't see me, but I'm looking for you.
We gotta talk. Okay, bye. Sorry.
Are we gonna get to see everybody at one point? I mean, I could take it off if you guys don't mind seeing a crazy lady right now.
Oh, it's okay. No
I'm pretty
judgment
sure you're not
here.
crazy.
Here I am.
There you go. Hi.
Yeah, Jessica,
okay.
you should come on too.
I agree. Yes. It
No
is.
judgment here.
This
I'm in
is
my
so
pajama
wonderful.
t-shirt.
It's like a family affair right now. I love this.
Yeah, I just got off a Zoom call for college admissions for my son, and yeah, just so many things going on. But
I hear
yeah,
you. I'm on the same journey right now too with my son.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So you know, yeah.
yes, yes. And Jessica, as she mentioned, she's also going to be spearheading one of our weeks, which is the networking week. So definitely come back and tune in for her because she is the networking queen.
I've been following the Fearless Women for a long time, and I'm
Thank you
really,
so much.
yes, really proud of what you all represent and what you bring to the table. We need more of this. We need
Yes,
more of this. So
Totally.
yeah.
Yes.
great.
Thank you.
All right, we have
Absolutely.
someone else coming in. Let's
Thank
see if we
you.
can put her in the hot seat real quick.
Okay.
Let me put some light in here.
Who's
All
that?
right. Let's
Dylan?
Dylan. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing
Yeah,
it.
Dylan. Hi, Dylan. Welcome. If you want to just give us a quick rundown or just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business or the business you plan to start. Just trying to get an idea of everyone's industry. So welcome to the group. You can type it into the chat or you can just unmute yourself and speak up. Either way is good. I think she's still trying to get in. Yeah, they might, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it on the camera, but okay. Oh, wait, here it is. Dylan, can you hear us? And I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Let me check the chat. All right. Well, we'll just give it, well, whenever you want to pop in, just let us know. Okay. We're going to get started. I just wanted to get an idea for everyone's industry. So we have someone from the beauty industry. We have Ramona, who's trying to figure out what to do, hopefully in design or hat business, right? And then, yeah, Jessica. So we'll get started right away. We have a lot to cover, and I want to be respectful of your time. So the first thing is, let's jump right into creating your company description. So this is very important. I think that a lot of us that start our side gigs, don't really understand the purpose of having like a business plan, an official business plan. And a business plan doesn't have to be complicated, right? It doesn't have to be something that's professional, that's 20 pages long, that has special fonts and colors and all of that good stuff. It just needs to be a document that you can work with, that you has all of your information on paper, from what you're trying to do with your business, what you're trying to accomplish, who your customer is, what your products and services are going to be. And it should always be a working document. It's never a set in stone kind of thing. So I actually do a separate class all involving just creating your business plan altogether, because I think it's super important to have one. And it's super important to write it yourself, right? Because you don't want to outsource that to someone else that doesn't necessarily understand your vision for the business. And as things change, you want to be able to go back and tweak it and change it and keep it kind of like your Bible, so that you look at it, every couple of weeks, and you can see if you're still on track, if you're not on track, what needs to change, etc. So the first things first, right? Create your company name. Make sure that it's something that feels good to you. It doesn't have to follow any specific rule. The only thing I would suggest is keep it under 3 words. Don't overcomplicate it by naming it 4 different words, because then it will be a lot harder for a customer to remember. So, Urban Teach NYC, three words pretty much, right? If I created Urban Teach NYC seminars and classes, that's 5 words. That's overkill, too much. I wouldn't do it. So again, that's kind of like the first thing. Don't over or hyper obsess about your business name. It's what feels good to you, right? If you think about Starbucks, Target, all of these brands that have names that do not include coffee in it or shopping in it, but you still know what those names mean because they've developed a brand or their branding and their brand history for the consumer to understand what those words mean. That's kind of the same concept you want to have. Create the business name you feel like having, and then build a brand around that business name. So I know a lot of people say, include massage therapy in your business name, or include makeup and skincare in your business name. You necessarily don't have to do that. Whatever name you come up with, you're going to build a brand around that name, So it's really your baby, your creation, right? When you create your company description, again, make sure you mention where you're located. It's very important, just as a, you know, region thing. The reason I included NYC, my business name, is because I started with my focus in NYC. So I think that people that saw that understood that, you know, that was kind of my market, my region. And then now that I'm expanding into other markets, you know, I can remove that NYC and just keep it Urban Teach. Same with you guys. You know, when you keep your company description, you know, just make a quick mention. My business is based in New York, looking to expand in the near future to other hubs or something like that. But again, it's your company description. You make it quick and easy to remember, so that when you meet someone out on the field and they ask you, hey, what's your company about? You know, your company description should be something that you memorized in a way so that you just say it and it flows right out, and you won't be confusing the person that's in front of you. You can say, hey, Urban Teaches, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. But you're repeating the same thing with anyone that you encounter that asks you about your business. So that is precise, is on point. So the best way to start is by having a description that makes sense. Just a brief overview of your products or services, an outline of, you know, what you want to accomplish, and a vision statement just for yourself to have, you know, one quick sentence at the end saying, you know, my plan is to expand into other markets, or my plan is to expand into the online market, whatever that is. So I'm going to show you an example of what my company description is, mission statement. Can you guys see the whole thing? Because I see the screens on the left.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So again, this is my sample company description. So Urban Teach was founded by me, native New Yorker. You know, when it was founded, which is from 2017, my focus, which is wealth building education with online seminars and coaching groups. So I'm naming exactly what it is my business does, is very specific. My focus is in real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Again, very focused. And then my vision for the future is to expand into other markets outside of the online model, hopefully having learning hubs in different cities. So that's kind of the long-term planning, right? So this keeps me in check, right? Because 2 years ago when I started, or 3 years ago when I started the business, my company description was just solely seminars. And after COVID, I did a couple of online classes here and there, but it wasn't really my niche. After COVID, I really had to restructure literally my entire focus to just more online and more coaching groups. And of course, less seminars, because now we can't really have seminars, right? So I had to kind of tweak that out of my company description. Again, I have it as a working document, so I'm always going back to changing it. The other thing I changed was at the beginning of when I started, I was also doing financial literacy because I was very passionate about teaching, you know, people how to budget and save, and which is kind of the foundation for anything else that you do, right? If you start a business, you have to learn how to budget and save. If you invest in real estate, you have to learn how to budget and save. But I found that it was too much. It was too many things for me to kind of put my attention into. So I had to kind of break that off and just keep it hyper focused on real estate and entrepreneurship. So again, these are kind of things that come out of you creating your company description. It keeps you on track, and it gives you the flexibility to go back and make changes as you need them. All right, cool. So knowing your competition, any questions on your company description? Anything you guys want to throw out there? Are you good? No? Okay.
I just have a quick question. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Are we going to get copies of this slideshow? Should I be writing everything down? Because I'm making my notes, but you have a lot of good stuff on here. So
yeah, so Sue's recording it, right? So Sue's going to send out the recording to everyone.
Fantastic. Okay.
So you can play it back, watch it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll mute myself now. Thank you.
Gotcha. So knowing your competition is a very, very important thing. It's very key to, again, starting your side business. This is all part of your business plan. You have to know who's doing what out there, right? You got to know who else is providing the same service as you or providing the same product as you, so that you can gauge if it's something that can potentially become a real business, right? I think we all start with like more of kind of like a hobby, and then we think about, oh, this can turn into something, right? So you got to do a market study. You got to figure out which are the top 2 businesses or pages or people that are doing a similar thing to what you're trying to accomplish. And then you got to do your homework, right? You want to make sure that you understand, what are they doing? What are they selling? What are they providing? What is their social media engagement like? Do they have big followings? Do they not? Who owns it, right? Is it one person that owns it? Is it a group of people that own it? How long they've been in business? Who do they service? What's their niche market? Who's their target audience? Again, my target audience is working adults between the age of 24 and 50. I know that that's my niche. That's who I'm focusing on teaching my courses to. Very rarely I'll get like an 18-year-old in my coaching groups, and I'm like congratulating them the whole time, because I'm like, you're 18. Wow, you're really trying to do something outside of the norm. But an 18-year-old is not my target audience, because they're still trying to figure out kind of life, right? My target audience is anyone that's wants to get into real estate or wants to start a business, and, you know, has some kind of background experience with working a job or has some kind of skill. So I know that that's my target niche. For Alexandra, you do makeup, right? So it would be more someone that's, your target niche would be, you know, entertainment industry or models or fashion or specific age group, right? That you're targeting, so that you can get them to come on board into your business and recommend other people, right? So again, you got to understand who your target audience is. If you got to break it down by age, by sex, by education level, or by experience, do that. Like, break it down. You don't have to hyper focus on the breakdown too much, but at least have an idea of who it is that you're targeting, because that's going to help with also identifying people you want to work with, right? Or cross promote with. So I can't go cross promote with a cousin of mine who has 100,000 followers, but she does a lot of booty shots and like, she's a bottle service girl, right? That's not my niche. I can't be like, hey, can you put an Urban Teach ad on your page? Because that's not my crowd, right? So I can't, even though she'll be more than happy to do it. She'll be like, yeah, I'll put your classes on my page. But I'm like, all right, is that really my target audience, right? So I have to understand who is it that I'm trying to sell my products to, so that when I cross promote or work with other people in my field, that I'm promoting to the right crowd. Pricing analysis is huge. You know, you want to understand what's out there. You know, how much are things costing? I can't price a class on buying your first home for $299, because I think that would just be completely out of someone's league, unless I'm bringing a lot more to the table than another educator that's providing the same material, right? So I got to keep my pricing reasonable to the information that I'm teaching. And then I can put other plans together, like coaching groups or one-on-one sessions, things like that, that would be at a different price point. But that's because I had to take the time to actually do the homework myself. So pricing is super important. I think we're all beginners, right? We're all kind of starters. So you have to take pricing into account. You know, the best way to build your audience and to build your niche and your customer base is to providing a super valuable offer with your product or your service, and then over delivering, so that your audience is like, wow, you know, I got so much out of it that next time she puts something out that's a little more high priced, I'll be paying for it more than happy, right? Because I know that this person's delivering a true, you know, skill set or a product that's amazing. So you really have to also take that into account. All right, so services and products, super important. I know some of you are providing services, others are selling actual physical products. So you want to break it down into, you know, what and what. My services are coaching services. My products are my ebooks, my classes, my hoodies I sell through a print company, and some other products are coming down the road. But I know what fits into what category, and each category is going to require a little more work than the other, right? So it's also important to have kind of both at some point. So if you're only providing a service, you want to think of it long-term, that you might also create a product, something that you can sell to your customer that's tangible, right? That they can touch and feel, because that's also going to grow your brand. So you kind of want to dabble into both sides. Services, again, what are you going to be offering? Your price point. how much does it cost to make it, or for labor and your time. If it's not a physical product, factor in your materials, calculate your profit margin. On average, it's a little harder to calculate profit on the service because you're actually putting the time in. On the product side, usually a product that you're making or that you're selling or that you're buying from a wholesaler, you want to make sure that you're getting at least a 60 to 70% profit on top of your price, including labor, including wholesale materials and all that good stuff. So if I'm selling hoodies for $25, I need to make sure that I'm buying that hoodie for no more than 30% of my $25 so that I can make at least a 70% profit. So that if that means that I got to find a hoodie that's $9 all in, then I can sell it for 25 if it fits my percentage mark. Or that means I have to pump up the hoodie price to 35, right? But the key is for physical products, you want to stay within like a 60 to 70% profit number, and your cost anywhere between 30 and 40%. Once you get into that 50% mark, if you're buying something for 50 cents and only selling it for $1, it's not worth it. If you're buying something for $20 and selling it for 40, it's not worth it because you're going to have to sell so much more volume to get a real profit, right? So there's certain things that you can kind of be flexible on, but the general rule is try and stick to 30 to 40% of your cost on the full price, right? So that's kind of profit margin, calculating your profit margin. Okay, so I'm going to talk about marketing strategy. Very important. If someone doesn't know about your business, you won't make any money, right? So marketing is like, it's the thing. I mean, I think we have so much to learn, and it's a lot of work to learn everything from scratch. This is why big businesses hire a marketing team, an HR team, an accounting team. We're here doing it all ourselves. So it's a lot of work. But, you'll get into the flow as long as you have a business plan, right? That kind of keeps you in line. There's certain things that you can learn now, and there's other things that you can push out to later when your business is actually up and running. You're bringing in some sales. You've proven that your concept is a legit thing, right? That you can make money out of it. Then you can implement other things. You can implement, social media ads. You can implement SEO for your website and learn about those other areas. Or you can hire someone to do those things for you using websites like Fiverr, things like that. So media is number one for free social or for free marketing strategy. I only play in, it says my internet is unstable. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Social media is the way to go. It's a lot of work. It really is. I've been on it for 2.5 years on Instagram. I have 2 kids. I put them to sleep. Then I go on and post a couple of times. In the morning, I get up an hour early. I prepare my post for the day. During the day at lunchtime, I eat my lunch and I'm like, I got to post 2 more things. So it's a lot of work. It's a full-time job, but I'm telling you, it's the way of any business. If you don't have social media, if you don't have an audience, you really don't have a business. So you have to do it. We're not always going to know everything. So if there's a social media course out there that you need to take it. If you need to read an ebook about how to maximize your page, how to gain followers, read it. You're investing in yourself, you're investing in your business. The more you can do on your own, the less money you got to pay out of pocket, right? For someone else to do it. So, just find ways around it. There's not always, I have days where I don't post at all because I'm just like brain dead and I'm tired. I'm just not doing it. But then the next day I got to go in twice as hard, right? Because I'm like, I lost a day. Let me just go back in and make sure that I'm engaging, that I'm replying to comments, replying to DMs, things like that. Word of mouth also works, having your contact list, making sure that everyone knows that you own a business. Not everyone is going to buy from you. Not everyone is going to support you. That's okay. That comes with the territory. But you want them at least to know that you own a business, right? So don't be shy about promoting yourself. Even on my personal page, my Urban Teach address is right under my personal name. Because I'm like, if you know me, if you're a family, a cousin, a high school friend, an old neighbor, my old babysitter, whatever, I need you to know that I own this business, even if you don't buy from me, because that person might tell someone else over drinks, oh, you need a business plan? Oh, my friend Roz does them. Or this girl I know does them. Oh, you need someone to do your makeup? Oh, I know a friend of mine, her name is Alexandria, she does makeup. I might not need makeup, but my cousin might need it. So just make sure everyone around you understands, knows what kind of business you have. You can't be shy about it. Barter service is super important. Cross promote with other people, other people in your niche, like Sue and I are doing, right? So I'm coming on her platform to teach a class. Sue's supported me as well. She's taking some of my classes. So work with other people in your niche. You can't be afraid to ask for collaboration. You just got to do it. Review apps like Yelp or even Google business listings. Make sure that you're using those to collect reviews from your clients, from your customer. Everyone reads reviews. I mean, we all do it, right? If we buy on Amazon, we're reading reviews. If we're booking a deal on Groupon, we're reading reviews. So it's part of the new thing. So you have to have it out there for your business as well. Then there's paid marketing. There's things that you want to start doing once you start getting an income from your business. After you start with all the free stuff, move on to the paid stuff. What I'll tell you, ladies, is if you have a job and you have a regular income coming in, try and minimize your expenses on your personal front so that you can take out money, out of every paycheck to invest into your business. Because that's what I was able to do that helped me kind of do full-time entrepreneurship, right? As I've had a job for the last 2 years, I just stopped working in April. So I've been working for 2 out of the almost 3 years that I've had Urban Teach. And this is what I had to do. I had to get extra cheap on the personal side, right? I had to cut vacations. I had to stop shopping. I mean, I would shop, but not like before, because my main priority was to save money from every paycheck to put into my business so that I can get someone to get my website up, so that I can learn Instagram management, so that I can learn how to create a class, create an ebook, all those things. So if you have an income right now, please use it to your advantage. Use your employer. We all feel like we've been used by a boss. Use them. If you switch it around, you'll go to work feeling a little better about it. You'll be like, all right, I hate this job, but I'm using it to build my dreams. So that's kind of a quick thing. Host free events for clients, even if you have to pay out of pocket. This way you can get that interaction with people in your niche. Vendor spaces at events. Of course, now with COVID is a little harder, but once things get back to normal, find out in your industry, who's having what. Try and, be part of those events. Whether that means renting a table, bringing your flyers, your cards, speaking to people, getting out there. You're going to meet so many folks that way. I mean, interacting and networking is huge. So if you're like an introvert and you like being home on the laptop and you don't like meeting people, you're going to have to break out of that shell, because you're really going to need to get out there and interact with people. So, and I'm kind of like that in a way. I like being in my little corner right here, as I am now behind the camera. I don't like big groups too much, but I had to kind of break out of that and just do it, for the business sake. So it does really pay off. All right. Sales strategy, you got to know your numbers. I say if you like money, then you got to like numbers, right? And numbers doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be basic math, understanding, how many clients, how many customers did you have last year? How many customers did you have last month? How many customers do you want next month? And if you want to scale and change or grow your customer base, what are some of the things you're going to have to start doing this month that you didn't do last month to grow your business? And once you start thinking like that, then a lot of things will come to you, especially around holidays and Black Friday and Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day. If you sell a product that you can sell over holidays, thinking sales strategy will keep you on your toes. Like, it'll keep you thinking ahead. Black Friday is around the corner, right? It's already September. Then it'll be October. October's going to fly by, and billions of people are going to be online trying to figure out what to buy at 40% off, right? So why not start a product or develop something now so that when Black Friday comes, it's out there and it's going to sell because people are just itching to buy something, right? We already know. We've all been there. Same with Christmas. You know, if you can develop or create something, a product, whether that's a hoodie, a planner, I mean, anything that's relatable to your industry and to your business, just put it out there. Put it on a quick website. You can use Wix, you can use GoDaddy, you can use anything. And if you have it, if you plan it right and you promote it a couple of weeks before Christmas, you know, Christmas is the perfect example where a lot of online entrepreneurs, they'll sell so much on that specific week because we're just home, right? We're trying to figure out what's the easiest way to buy your neighbor, your babysitter, your mom, your brother, your cousin, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, something. And if you can see something that's easy that they might be able to use, you're going to buy it. So again, just think about kind of those things further ahead. That's part of sales strategy. Trial and error is huge. You know, there's a lot of things that I did before that I no longer do because I realized that it was taking a lot of my time and the numbers wasn't making sense. But I did it. I tried it, right? So now I know whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, and I can just kind of put it to the side and try something else. If you don't try, you're not going to know. So you have to really kind of test your market, test your audience, test your pricing, test everything. Have a strategy for slow periods. So for me in events and class, you know, in online learning, the summertime is the slowest period. No one wants to sit in front of a computer in the summer. This summer was a little different because of COVID. You know, the people kind of did stay home. But I can tell you the last 2 summers before this one, I had seminars planned where I paid for space, where I had to pay deposits in advance, and I didn't sell no more than 5 tickets. And I had to cancel events 2 summers in a row because I didn't realize that in the summer, if you're not planning a brunch or something with alcohol in it outdoors, no one's going to show up to learn something. You know, it's going to be very, very hard for you to teach in a summer environment, especially in New York, New Jersey. Everybody wants to be out. So I had to learn that in my summer months, I can't even count money during those 2 months. So I have to make it up in the other 10 months. And the summer months are going to be my months to plan ahead, plan my September through December, roll out any new products I want to roll out, any new classes I want to roll out, go on vacation with the kids. I just realized that after being in this business for 3 years. I didn't know that in year 1. You know, I figured it out after the fact, the hard way. But you're going to learn that in your niche too, you know. There's going to be months where no one's paying to get their makeup done because either there's not enough going on, there's not enough birthdays, graduations, or weddings, or whatever it is. But then there are other months that you're going to be so busy. So you're going to have to plan for those months and be like, all right, how do I optimize my time? How do I set up a scheduler so that people can schedule their appointments? How do they pay me my deposit, you know, beforehand, so that I don't have to chase them down on Cash App? Hey, did you say your deposit? You know, you got to set up systems so that when you're busy, everything runs like a machine and you're just there ready to take the next customer. And then during the slow months, you know, you adjust, you fix things, you figure out, all right, let me put out some sales for the holidays. Let me go back to my business plan, change things around. So that's part of the sales strategy. I think this is the piece that a lot of like business owners don't really get because it's hard to learn these things, right? Like I was able to learn this from working in the hotel industry. We work on a 12-month rolling calendar. So my job in hotels, my last job, was pricing rooms. So I had to look at the next 12 months and price the hotel and the rooms based on seasons, right? So I knew what was slower, what was higher, where I could make the most money, where I could make the least money. So I had that brain trained already with my job. So moving that into the business really, really worked. And so I just figured, you know, let me put that into my classes. Reward system, of course, you know, if you go to do your nails, you know that they always have the little cards, you can get stamped. You get 10 points for every manicure, and after 100 points, you get a free pedicure. You know, you can develop something like that if you have a lot of customers too, depending on your industry. Keep track of customer birthdays, you know, if you can. You can use systems like MailChimp. MailChimp allows you to have a free account under 2,500 emails. You can collect emails from your customer and your clients. You can collect their birthdays. You can send them birthday emails right through MailChimp, or a birthday e-card, or an offer. You know, that's all part of selling, right? If you stay engaged with your customer and they see that you're a legit, you know, business that's trying to grow, a lot of people gravitate to that, right? And they'll support you. So MailChimp is a great tool for that. And it's free, under 2,500 emails. So you can use that. All right, so funding, need, and budgeting. So, you know, one of the things that I talk to a lot of people that want to start businesses or that own businesses. And one of the things that really get me like, wow, you didn't have to do that. People are like, oh, I borrowed $30,000 from my house, or I borrowed 20 grand from my 401k, or I took out, you know, 10 grand I had in my savings to start a business. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you using the $10,000 for? I don't know. I just figured I needed it. Like, I needed it because a website guy is going to charge me $2,500, and then my business cards are going to be $200 because I need them to be laminated and I need them to be shiny and beautiful. And my logo has to be perfect. So I hired a graphic designer who's going to charge me $500 for a logo. And I'm like, did you have to really spend that money on all of those things? Could you have started with a $50 logo, right? And a $100 website, and sell a couple of products, and then say, let me redo my logo, let me redo my website. Once you have a client base, once you have a proven concept of your business, because this is how startups go out of business before they even open their doors. They'll raise $200,000. They'll raise $500,000. I know a guy who's raising $1 million right now to develop an app, right? Some app concept that he came up with. He was able to get investors. He already ran through his money. The app is not even out yet because he was so hyper focused on like, everything has to be perfect. My colors have to match. My branding has to be this and that. Get it off the ground. Get it off the ground. Make some sales. Learn the process. You can always go back and change your logo. You can always change your website. You can always go back. Don't go crazy spending all this unnecessary money. If you have an online business, you could start a business with $250, easy. You know, you can have a website on GoDaddy that's $30 a month to start with. And then later on, you can hire a customized IT guy to customize your website and make it what you want it to be. So again, make sure you understand your numbers. Budgeting is super important. Don't get into debt. You know, don't overdo it at the beginning. Keep it simple. Learn. That's why I tell everybody, you're going to have to learn so many things so that you can understand what you're trying to do before you go and spend all this money, really. Outline your next 3 months, you know, have a 90-day plan. All right, I need to order business cards. I need to order Wi-Fi from my laptop, or I need to have a hotspot on my phone. So if I'm meeting a client at Starbucks, I don't have to rely on Starbucks Wi-Fi. I can use my cell phone, right? Or I need to hire someone in Fiverr, which has a whole list of independent contractors that can do just about anything for you. If you're not very well versed in Facebook or IG ads, you can hire someone to do that for you on Fiverr. You can hire someone to create an ebook for you. So let's say that you want to create an ebook, but you don't have the time to sit there and design it and like learn Canva, design it, make it look pretty, export it, all that good stuff. Someone at Fiverr will charge you $125, and they'll design it for you. They'll pick your colors, they'll put your logo on it, and they'll send you the final product, and you're done. So, you know, that's an option. Just try and get help, but don't overpay and don't overplan on your expenses. You want to make sure that you keep your money, you know, keep it for the important things, because you're going to need to spend it probably on marketing and other things to get the word out there. Okay. I'm just reading the comments. Sorry. Okay. It's also very discouraging at times to try to make everything perfect in the beginning. Yes, definitely, Stu. Yeah. I mean, I'm guilty of that. You know, I'm kind of very like anal about stuff. So at the beginning, I would spend like 3 weeks just figuring out my colors, and 2 more weeks figuring out the right font for my classes. And in 3 more weeks, figuring out the layout of the PowerPoint. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Like, you know, this is so very minimal stuff. People are just interested in the information. They want to know what I know. They want to know the business. But at the beginning, like the beginning, I wasted so much time with that. I could tell you off the top. It was just crazy. So I'm just speaking from experience. All right, any questions? Alexandra, I'm over 4 years into it and still tweaking. Yes. Yeah, I mean, you're always going to tweak. That's okay. You know, I only say don't let something like that slow you down from growing your business. Don't let it slow you down from getting customers. Don't let it slow you down from building your network, your social media. Those things are what's important. Everything else, like my logo, if you look at my post on IG, I've changed my logo like 4 times. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use the last logo and I'm going to stick to it. I'm not happy about it. I don't like it that much. I think it looks a little crazy, but I'm just going to use it. People are not going to stop taking classes because my logo looks a certain way. It's all in my head, really. So just, just sharing that with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to jump in also and say that I agree with that 100%. I think I've changed my logo a few times as well. I think the most important thing is to have your business, with the LLC, just so that no one takes the idea, but everything else you can tweak along the way. And I also agree with you when you said that the summer months are for strategizing, because I couldn't agree more. During this COVID, I was like, I didn't even feel comfortable putting much content out there because I was like, everyone's already overwhelmed and confused and trying to figure things out, so definitely the summer was for strategizing and putting this program together. So I agree with you.
Yeah. Every business, every industry is going to be seasonal. I don't know of any industry that's year round pumping. Oh, besides food, right? Because everyone orders food at all times. But even that, like I'm sure Seamless saw a dive in the summer months because people are like, oh, 25% of the restaurants are open. I don't need to order takeout anymore. Let me go outside. Come the winter, Seamless is going to be like, ooh, we're making money this season because everyone's going to be indoors, right? They're going to be ordering takeout almost every other day. So every business is seasonal. I think you just need to understand what seasons are for you, for your industry, for your business, and then plan accordingly for those seasons. So like, if you're planning to make the same money in the summer that you made in the first quarter, you're probably going to fall short at one of those 2 time frames. You got to understand that, they're going to have slow times. And then the busy times is when you really want to maximize and just get it all in. If you have to hire help, get the help. If you have to hire someone in Fiverr, get the help, as long as the numbers make sense. When it's busy is when you want to pump out the most so that you can, iron out the year okay still, even if it's a couple of slow months here and there. All right, cool. Let's see. I think I'm almost, okay, setting up the LLC. So this is the good part here. So LLCs, I will tell you that, oh, sorry, someone said, can you please name the company? Yes, so Fiverr, Fiverr. They have an app, just download the app on your phone and then create a profile. And then you can look for just about anything. If you need someone to help you with the logo, with an ebook, with a business plan, with graphics for social media, which is going to get a little expensive, but it is out there. With accounting services, with Facebook ads, with anything you can think of, they have it in Fiverr. You get to read the person's profile and you get to see reviews. So you get to read about, how their work is. Go ahead, Sue.
Rosalind, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I want to jump in. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but it's saying that it's going to restart. So
okay.
I think I want to stop the recording and have you start it.
Oh,
just so we don't lose any content.
I don't know how I can do that. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I hit the record. I see the record. Okay.
Yeah. So
you want me to hit record on my end?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Okay. So just in case I'm logged off, guys, I'll be right back on in a few.
Okay. So it says, please ask the host to give me permission. Can you give me permission to record it?
Yep, but I don't see that message.
Okay.
So let me see. Um, Maybe if I stop recording, you can start automatically. Let
Try
me see.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.